Cinnamon Monteville, and I'm the host of Du Bois Talk here on Du Bois TV, a talk show where we are going to talk about people, community, and life. We're going to hear inspiring stories from people here in the Du Bois area. This is the first episode in a 12-part series, and first and foremost, I'd like to thank our sponsors who are making this all possible.
Hello?
Ashley, you have to get here. My brother got us beer.
Come on, you know I don't drink. I'm getting ready for states.
Whatever.
Because of our generous donors like you, we have been able to assist our community in meeting life's challenges through opportunity, training, and work. Goodwill Industries of North Central Pennsylvania has been serving our region for 50 years and counting.
Welcome to episode 1 of Du Bois Talk. In this episode, we are going to be talking to people who are doing some really cool things in regard to teaching people that they can find their identity in something that is more than just skin deep. Our first guest is Joelle Watt from Joelle Watt Studios. We got to go into her studio and talk to her about her thoughts on this. All right, so Joelle, can you tell me a little bit about how you got started doing photography?
Sure. I have identical twin sisters who are 11 years younger than me, and I've always adored them and was taken with how identical they were, so I would love to take pictures of them. So we would spend afternoons and days together of me taking pictures of them. And this was back in the late 90s, so I would take my film rolls to Walmart or Revco at the time, and they would come back with notes on them saying, "These are really good. Do you do this for a living?" And
That's
I was
awesome.
like, "Oh, well, no, but I love to take pictures." So one day I had taken my film to be developed at the Walmart Photo Center, and I don't know if they still do, but at the time they had a photo manager in the lab, and she came out to me and she gave me my pictures and she said, "Are you the one who took these?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "These are really good." She said, "Is this something that you love?" And I said, "It is." And she said, "You should really consider being a photographer." So I thought, if the photo manager at Walmart thinks I'm wonderful, then
Maybe I am.
So at that time, I was dating my husband, and he bought me my first camera. I was encouraged by the Walmart lady.
That's awesome.
So
So why do you like photography so much? You're obviously really good at it, but why do you enjoy it?
Well, I don't just love photography. I think that I live photography, and I see life in moments. I see them in snapshots, and for a long time I called them heart snapshots, because it was something that I would see and I would think, "Oh, heart, never ever forget." And so when I started out, that's really how I saw and pictured my business and pictured photography. But then as the years went on and I was getting more and more into portraiture, I was realizing the difference it would make in somebody's life when I would turn around, because now I was shooting digital, I would turn around the camera and show them a picture of themselves, and they would say, "That's not me." And I would say, "But that is you." And so to ask me what I love most about photography.
So they thought it looked better than how they pictured themselves. Is that what you mean?
Exactly. Exactly. They weren't able to see on their own how amazing and how beautiful that they looked. Mm-hmm. And so the fact that I think that God gave me a talent with my camera, and it's a vehicle. And if I can change somebody's perspective on how they're able to see themselves, then I think that's a really big deal. So that's what I love most about it.
So you have started something within your business called Essenza.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so can you explain a little bit about what that is?
Sure, I'd love to. So I love to work with women. I love boys too, but I love to work with women of all ages. And in my very own life, and with those close to me, have struggled with body issues and insecurities. And I realized, like I had said before, with my photography, how I was able to change somebody's perspective. Well, I got to thinking, and I've actually done some teaching and seminar work on showing girls and women how beautiful they are. And I thought, if I could, women need to see this from ages 8 to 88, because at all different stages of our lives, we start to look at ourselves differently as things happen differently in our lives, and our circumstances change, and we change. And I thought, if I'm able to take those different times, those critical times in our lives, that these change, and these are opportunities to show them that that even though they're changing, that this time of their life they're incredibly beautiful, and this is how they're supposed to be right now.
So where did the name come from, Essenza?
Well, Essenza is essence in Italian, and I really feel that when I look at somebody and when I shoot somebody in a photo session, that I capture the essence of who they are. And so I really felt that that was the best word. I thought Essenza sounded better than essence. And I just thought that that was the best word to describe what I was, setting out to do at all these different stages of a woman's life, was to capture the essence of who they were at that time.
So why do you think this is an important message that needs to be told over and over to girls of all ages?
It's so important because at different stages in our lives, these different things happen. So, when you're a teen and these different changes are happening in your life, and we all have insecurities. And so, just as an example for a teen, if I'm able to take a picture of them and to show them something physical, that, I feel like I'm all out of whack. I feel like I am all out of whack this way too. But look, I'm really not. This is who I am, because I'm capturing the essence. I'm not only capturing like a photoshopped, I don't know, something that like I'm creating. I'm capturing what the essence of them is at that time. Another example would be maybe somebody who is going through a divorce, and they feel like they thought they knew themselves, and now all of a sudden there's somebody different. And I've just had a great experience with those kind of women too, that they thought they lost themselves, and we do a photo session and they're like, I didn't realize that I am still here. That is still me.
That's really cool. I do think that's like a really important message to send. And I think especially since there's so many things like in the media and things that are kind of pushing back on the message that you're trying to send.
Absolutely.
It's really, really cool that you're doing something to kind of push back on that message.
Thank you. Absolutely.
Okay, so you have 3 kids, Jordan, London, and Jonah.
Yes.
Jonah's your son. And so we got a little mini tour from Jordan and London. They kind of took us around. You were not here.
Yeah.
And they gave us a little tour and talked a little bit about what they think about the things that you're doing. So we're going to take a look at it right now.
Hi, I'm London.
And I'm Jordan, and this is our mom's studio.
We're going to show you guys around the studio and give you a little mini tour of it. So this is like when you walk in, and here's some pictures she's taken of people. And she has like a sign here that says "Hello Beautiful," and it kind of shows how she takes pictures of people, and it shows how pretty and beautiful they are. And here's some pictures that she's taken. And we chose these pictures to show you because we really like how they describe how this person's personality is. Well, I'm learning that she kind of focuses on the person's personality more than their looks.
My mom tells people that they're beautiful when she shoots them, and I think that makes them feel like they're special to her because she thinks that they're beautiful.
She teaches them because she feels that it's probably rough, just being judged on how you are and stuff. She feels like if you focus on what's inside, you'll have a much better life than if you just focus on the outside. So this is the room she takes pictures in, and she has lots of costumes, and some of them she makes and some of them she buys, like this, and she that's what her clients wear.
Sometimes during shoots she makes some of this stuff look cool with her imagination.
She uses the costumes to kind of show them how they show in the pictures how they everyone's beautiful, and how costumes can make you pretty, but you're always pretty and beautiful even without costumes. But costumes help make the pictures look nicer and stuff. Well, when you're beautiful on the inside, it's more beautiful than being beautiful on the outside, because it's people would probably prefer being friends with you if you were nicer than if you were more pretty.
I think it's important that they know that they're beautiful because then they feel more confident about themselves in front of other people.
It makes them feel better about themselves, especially when they're at school. It could be very it could be pressuring knowing what do they feel about me and stuff, So knowing that they're pretty and beautiful on the inside helps them feel better about themselves and makes them feel more confident.
This is the corner where she has all the accessories that the clients can pick out to make them look beautiful.
And she has jewelry and stuff for her clients to wear in their pictures to make them look more beautiful and pretty and make them feel special. So she has different pictures here, and they're pictures of different people and different cards, Christmas cards she's taken, and cards.
There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of pictures here.
I like this one because the light is just going through and it makes it more pretty.
I like this one because it's kind of showing how she's being herself, and she's kind of being a little perky, and she's being herself there. And I really like it. I think something that makes people beautiful is how if they're kind or helpful or nice to other people.
And I think when people have freckles, they're very special because not a lot of people have freckles.
And also if you're beautiful if you're unique, you're not trying to be someone else, you're trying to be yourself. You're very down to earth, and you're very you don't care if someone else is prettier than you or has more friends than you do. It's just you're beautiful inside. I think what makes me beautiful is how my personality, I have a nice personality and I'm nice to people.
What I think makes me beautiful is my freckles because they're special.
I just have to say it was really nice to be able to talk with Jordan and London about what they think about what their mom's doing, and it was really cool to see that they are really learning about this message and they really truly believe it for themselves. We're going to hear a little bit more about what Joelle thinks of that after this short break.
Hi, this is Herm Simplizio, DuBois City Manager, and you are watching DuBois Talk.
Okay, so what do you think that your daughters are picking up on the message and hearing the message and the message that you're teaching?
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing is that I try to be so real, and something that I do here at my studio, I'm not going to do differently at home. So this is a message that I live and breathe every day. And, you know, at my house, we don't talk about how people look, and we don't talk about weight. We don't talk about going on diets. We talk about what I truly believe and what my husband truly believes is important in people. So, you know, just a funny example, my son was talking to one of his teachers, and she had told me, she said, you know, Jonah told me, and this is coming from like, you know, a 12-year-old boy at the time. He's like, my mom just really likes to show people how special they are. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, you know, but so, you know, I think it is a message that I live, that my family lives, and that that we carry out every day. So it may be sinking in.
That's awesome. That is so cool. So before we wrap up, I saw that the cards that you use when you write notes to the people that you've taken photographs of, or thank you notes or anything like that, the cards you use have a quote on them from Audrey Hepburn. So I have the card right here, and can you just why do you have that, and what does that mean to you?
Well, like you said, it's a quote from Audrey Hepburn, who I just think is a woman who was the epitome of class and heart together, and she says what I really feel is the heart of Essenza. And it says, the beauty of a woman is not in the clothes she wears, the figure that she carries, or the way she combs her hair. The beauty of a woman is seen in her eyes, because that is the doorway to her heart, the place where love resides. True beauty in a woman is reflected in her soul. It's the caring that she lovingly gives, the passion that she shows, and the beauty of a woman only grows with passing years.
That's really awesome. I think that it is so cool that you are doing this and that you're spreading this message. And I just want to thank you for coming on the show and kind of telling us about your story and your mission. I think that you're changing a lot of girls' lives.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
And it's just really cool that we have something like this, that you're doing this, and we have something like this in the DuBois area.
Thank you so much.
So next we are going to hear a story from Bailey Pretak, and she's going to tell us about her journey into finding a way to love herself and to accept herself for who she is.
Hi, my name is Bailey Pretak, and I was born with a rare skin disorder called lamellar ichthyosis. Growing up with a skin disorder is extremely challenging. You have all the physical problems where I can't sweat, so in the summertime when all the other kids get to hang out or go to water parks or amusement parks, I couldn't do that as easily because of the heat. But the hardest thing, beyond all of the physical problems that come with it, is the emotional side of it. When I was in kindergarten, there were parents that wanted their kids taken out of my class. Kids would not touch things I touched, well, just people in general. If I played with a toy or picked up a book, sometimes people wouldn't want to touch it after I did. I never heard people say this to me to my face, but I could overhear people calling me Scaly Bailey, which really hurt. And I think the biggest thing overall, I was never bullied in the sense of being ridiculed or made fun of, at least not to my face, but I was excluded a lot. And I just know it's because I was different, and people just didn't know how to handle that or how to react to that. I became very insecure, very withdrawn. I would hide behind my mom anytime people tried to talk to me. I was just very shy. And then as I got a little older, it's hard because you start seeing advertisements where they're advertising these products for flawless skin, and I'll never have that. So as I got into my early teen years, I just was very in a very low point in my life. I just didn't have confidence. I felt worthless and that I had no value. When I would look in the mirror, I would see this girl who was just ugly. I couldn't see any beauty in me, even though my family and friends and my support system, they could see my uniqueness and they loved it, but I couldn't see that. I saw skin that was dry and flaky, and I always wondered how could I ever get through life like this, and how could I ever amount to be anybody. My faith is completely what changed my life around. My mom and grandma had always grown up telling me that God doesn't make mistakes and that He thinks I'm beautiful just the way I am, but they're supposed to tell you that? They're your mom and grandma. But finally, the one day I just started believing that for myself, and it was all from a Sunday school teacher. And she had talked about how Jesus wants to be our friend, and for someone that had a hard time making friends, that really made a difference in my life. My faith has just completely given me this confidence I have today. And it was not by any means an overnight thing. It was a gradual, day-by-day process where I just started believing all the things that my mom and grandma had grown up telling me, that I wasn't a mistake and that I was beautiful. And I started finding scriptures that talked about how I am God's masterpiece and that He is captivated by my beauty. And He finds far more value and worth with the heart than the outward appearance. And all these things just slowly began to sink into my soul and changed me. My newfound confidence has completely affected my life. I used to see my skin disorder as a curse and something I hated, and now it's honestly one of the biggest blessings in my life. And I don't let it define who I am, but it definitely has helped shape me and mold me into the person I am today. I believe I'm a lot more compassionate person than I would be if I didn't have it, because I know what it's like to be on the outside looking in. I know what it's like to be that kid that's shunned or avoided, and my heart breaks for those kids that go through that on a daily basis, because I've been there, I've been in their shoes. And now I get to share my story, and it's such a cool story, and it was not anything that I had asked for or ever dreamed of. But now I use that story to try to inspire others and help other people get to the same place where I am today. The biggest thing I've realized as far as me and my appearance goes, every day when I look in the mirror is a choice. I can choose to believe what the TV and the ads and the models and all of that, I could believe what they tell me, or I can choose to believe that I'm beautiful just the way I am. And though there are days where maybe I don't like my skin because it's too dry or it's too flaky, or I don't know, I'm having a bad day. But then I remember that I can make that choice. I can choose to live depressed and hating myself, or I can choose to be okay with it.
Bailey's story is so inspiring, and let me just say that she is just as sweet off camera as she is on camera. She had so many things to say, and a lot of it we just could not include because of time, but she is doing some really cool things in the community, telling her story and spreading her message to inspire other people to find their identity in something other than just what they look like. One piece of advice that Bailey has for people who are trying to find their identity in something, find a purpose in their life, is to find something that they are passionate about and that they can really pour themselves into. Bailey has done that. She has poured herself into her love of dance. She says that when she's on stage and she's performing in front of people, she just really finds a confidence in herself that she wasn't able to find before. We found 2 other people in the community who have also found something that they love, something that they're passionate about, and something that they're very good at. Here is Bobby and Danny from M&M Magic.
Hi, my name is Bobby. Oh, and I'm Danny, and we are M&M Magic. See you, ladies. One, two, three. We are an award-winning act, and we are the youngest brother professional magic duo in Pennsylvania.
We tie our comedy into our magic throughout the whole show. It keeps
The audience entertained, and they laugh, and it's a whole bunch of fun.
And we started performing for like family and friends, but then we joined the International Brotherhood of Magicians, and we started performing bigger shows in different venues. We perform many amazing magic tricks, but one of my favorites is the big box, the illusion that we do. It's called Cut and Six, and basically what happens is I come out in boxers and an undershirt.
So I take them and put them in the box, and I lock it up, and I spin it around, and then take 5 solid metal blades and put them right through you. How does it feel?
Then you take the blades out, unlock the box, and I actually come out in a suit jacket, a shirt, and jeans.
How about the Harry Houdini illusion, when we come out with the big trunk there, and we open the lid and I put you in it, and I take the chain and wrap it around the top so the lid can't be open. I then stand on top of it and I raise the curtain and I count to 3, and on the count of 3, I drop the curtain and Danny's standing on top.
And then I take down the curtain, unlock the box, and Bobby is then in the box.
My favorite would have to be the one where we take napkins, put them in water, and we say, if you believe in magic, anything can happen. And we actually make it snow just by blowing them.
Bobby and Danny are a couple of really great guys, and like I said before, they are really great at what they do. We want to thank all of our guests for joining us on the first episode of Du Bois Talk: Joelle, Jordan in London, Bailey, and Bobby and Danny. Make sure you like Du Bois Talk on Facebook so you can stay updated on upcoming episodes. Thanks for watching Du Bois Talk on Du Bois TV.